Okay. If you want to lay down, you can lay down. If you want to sit, you can sit. I'm going to roll the shoulders. Just feel into them, octagon shoulder and all. Let's breathe in for 4. Pause. Breathe out for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And breathe in for 1. And pause. And let the breath go slowly. And then just come to your natural breath. Notice how that natural breath might feel after just a little bit of intention with the breath. One thing that I asked the classes this morning is, why are you here? Not like the existential question, but right now, 4:30, why are you here? What's brought you to your mat today and continues to bring you to your mat? But rather than try to figure it out, rather than asking a question in hopes of an answer, just ask the question and let that, just like a cloud, but a happy cloud, like Bob Ross would say, but a happy cloud of a question. Why am I here today, 4:30? With the air fryer waiting to unpack and the manual to read. Whatever awaits us this evening, we pause. Why? You're not looking for the answer, just letting the cloud of the question be. As we move and breathe this evening, let ourselves, that physical aspect of our being, deliver the answer to the question. The subtle energy in our body, be and work through the question. There's every little dimension in the question. So we're breathing in and out. And we're surrendering and turning over our trust to that subtle body wisdom, to that cellular wisdom. And we're creating the space for the nervous system, for the body, the mind, and the soul to just have an optimal moment, then another one and another one. So with that in our space, like that happy cloud, make your way to your back, however you want to make your way, whether you want to rock back, maybe you want to roll to the side and sit back or find your way to your back. Keep your props handy throughout the practice, so that way you're not having to run around and grab them. And when you get to your back, if you've got a block handy, let's just bring the block between the legs. And you can just either set it kind of the longer way or whichever way between the knees, not the longest way, but either the second or third shortest. Squeeze them together, bring them back to the floor, knees over the hips, and just squeeze that block between the legs. And holy cow, if we weren't awake before, we're awake. The core is on fire, legs are active. Let's reach our arms overhead if you can. Watch that shoulder. Maybe bring them out to the side. They can be like a upside down V with the fingertips facing the foot side of the mat, the feet side of the mat. Bring the arms out. Shoulder blades down. The belly's active. We still have that low back to the ground. The legs squeezing that block. One more breath. And now exhale, bring the hand to remove that block, bring the feet to the floor. Exhale, let the knees fall to the side, feet together. Hallelujah. Whew. And close the eyes. That low back might come off the ground, and that's okay. Relax the knees, the inner thighs, the core. Let's close our eyes. And exhale. Now hug the knees into the chest with our hands on our shins. Let's offer a couple knee circles. One way and the other way. Then let's drop our knees over to the right. Maybe that block that we had between the knees is on the right side of the mat, like a little shelf. We can drop the knees over to the right, either on the shelf or on the floor. Gentle little twist. Kind of wringing out those strong abdominal muscles that we just activated. Let's breathe in. Exhale over to the other side with those knees. If you want, you can send that left leg long, and just that right knee comes onto that block. You can do the twist in that way. Relax the stomach, even though we're twisting. One more breath. Let's exhale, roll onto the back. Legs to the sky, flex and point the feet just a couple times. You roll the ankles, point the toes, flex. Now bend the knees. Let's do this one more time. The block between the thighs, the feet, the ankles in line with the knees over the hips. Squeeze the low back to the floor and the block between the thighs. And activating the quads, the low back, the core. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in. Exhale, side. Grab that block, bring it out to the side. Bring the feet to the floor this time. Hands come down beside us. And now exhale to press those glutes up so the hips rise to the sky. Shimmy those feet so it feels like a strong base for you. Shimmy the shoulders and maybe interlace the hands beneath the seat. Pressing those hips to the sky. Now exhale, lower down. And then exhale, drive the hips to the sky. Glutes, moving those hips up. And interlace the fingers if you want. Let's breathe in. Exhale, lower down. Hug the knees into the chest. Now let's rock side to side. The knees can come out nice and wide if you want. Kind of like a reclined, wide-legged child's pose. The knees can be close. Whether it feels best kind of on the inner legs after we had the block squeeze. Now one more breath in. And then exhale. Maybe you want to kind of rock and roll back and forth on your back to come up to your feet. Kind of more fun this way. Or you can just roll over. I might end up having to roll over and stand. So let's come to stand. And then once we get to that standing position, let's just kind of pedal out the feet, coming out of the balls of the feet, almost to the toes. Just stretch out the bottoms of the feet. Sometimes we overlook the feet. So let's just kind of pump the feet a couple times, as if we had a heel on and then not, and then a heel on, and then not coming under the toes, under the balls of the feet. One more time for each foot. And then plant the heels, plant the feet. Inhale, reach up to sky. Exhale, fold it forward, Uttanasana. Ground the left foot, step the right foot back. Maybe about a foot or two, as in like 18 inches, 24 inches, however far. The right foot might be kind of aimed towards the long edge or maybe towards the front of the mat. Let's exhale, draw the belly button to spine. Roll up, inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the side. Inhale, arms come up. That feels okay. All right, good. Exhale, hinge. Reach the fingers forward. Remember that sensation of the burning abs with that block between the thighs. So feel the thighs rotate towards each other right now. Feel that strong core. Let's inhale to rise. Keep that core engaged. Exhale, hinge halfway, core is engaged. Inhale, rise. Now exhale, hinge at the waist again. Pause here. And then maybe bend that front leg, and then we'll surrender all the way down. Maybe the hands are on the shin or framing the foot. Hands can hover. If you have a block, bring it on the inside of that left foot. Good. Now place a hand on that block. Let's reach up to sky with the left. Here's our revolved triangle. In and out. Exhale, bring that hand down. And then let's rise up to stand. Press the feet down, thighs rotate towards each other as if there were a block between them. The core is active, arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Reach up one more time to sky. With the hands reaching for sky, let's step that right foot forward. Maybe move the block just a smidge. Step that left foot back. Breathe in. And then exhale, hinge. The thighs rotate towards each other. That core is engaged. And let's let the arms rest. Let them just dangle. Find a flat back. Shoulders go back. The crown of the head reaches forward, and the hips are in the middle. The core is active. Thighs turn towards each other. Breathe in. Exhale, let's rise. Press that foot down, that front foot down. Rising up. Exhale, hinging halfway. Gaze at that big toe, the right foot. Reach through the fingertips to the crown of the head. Breathe in. And now exhale, fold the hands, dangle. They can frame the foot with the hands hovering, or they can rest in the shin. And then our next exhale, that left hand comes to the block, the right arm to sky. In and out. Exhale. Really nice. One more breath in. Now exhale, bring that right hand back down, frame the foot, pause here. Then inhale, rise up. Ground that right foot. Let's step the left foot forward. Let's cross that left leg over the right. Maybe you find the left foot behind the calf, maybe not. Now bring the arms down. That shoulder might not feel so great, so maybe you just find prayer. Or if you want and you're able to do the eagle arms, then the left arm is on the bottom and the right arm is on the top. Otherwise, just find prayer. Eagle legs, Garuda. Breathing in and out. Breathe in. Now exhale, let's untangle that top leg. Keep the arms as they are. Step that left foot all the way through. It hovers. That right leg is nice and strong. Virabhadrasana 3 with eagle arms. That left foot flexes towards the face. Let's breathe in. Now exhale, let's untangle the arms. Let the arms either hang or come wide. If you've got that block hand, you bring that block to the right corner of the mat. Bring that right hand down to that block. Yes, open up the hip, open up the chest. Here we are, Ardha Chandrasana. Breathe in and out. Exhale. One more breath in. Now exhale, bend that front leg. Let's step that left foot back. Maybe the toe points towards the long edge, the right foot towards the short edge. And here we are, Virabhadrasana 2. Let out an exhale and feel that intention of being here in your warrior 2. Exhale. Deep breath in. Let's exhale, send that right hand across the sky, left arm comes down that back leg, but let it hover over the leg. A little more active if it hovers. If you want to give yourself a little break, let the hand rest. Let's breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. One more breath in. Now exhale, come back to warrior 2. Now reach down and find that block and just move it to the other side of your mat. So put it on that left side of your mat so it's ready for you. Now bring hands to the hips. Let's pivot the feet towards the long edge of the mat. Pause here. Ground through the feet. Pull the shoulders back and then drop them so the shoulder blades just kind of drift down to press down the back. If it feels okay, lift those arms above the head. Nice, bend the legs. Let's send the right hand towards that left shin, the left arm reaches up for sky. Now, rather than those hips going back towards that long edge of the mat behind the feet, let the hips come forward as we shift the weight into the balls of the feet. So the hips are, sit bones are forward, balls of the feet are forward, the left arm is high. Now exhale, let's rise up, extend the fingertips side to side. You can come all the way up if you want. And then we'll exhale, fold over towards the other side, left hand to that right shin, right arm to sky. Now it's easy to kind of rock back. Try to send the hips forward and the balls of the feet. Right arm is high. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. We can stay folded, we're halfway. Now bend the knees, rise up, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. The head's gonna come up last. Shoulders roll up, roll them down as if you just put on a big backpack. Shoulders ease down. Breathe in. Now let's exhale, pivot the feet towards the front of that mat. Ground into that left foot. Inhale, bring the right foot forward and cross that right foot over the left leg. So the right leg is on top. Inhale to reach the arms overhead, and then maybe you find eagle, the right arm on the bottom, left arm on top. Garuda. Breathe in. Exhale out. Seeing where we can find that effortlessness of the eagle just soaring across the sky. Maybe that strength and effort of the eagle snatching up prey or planting, creating that nest. I guess they create a nest, you don't plant it. But the effort that the eagle has, we get that ease. So find both. Let's breathe in. Now exhale, let's unravel that top leg off the left leg, send that right leg back. Flex the foot towards the face. The right foot can be lifted as high or as low as you want. Lift up out of the hip. So the hips lift towards the sky. And now when you're ready, release those arms. Bring the arms out, either kind of reaching towards the ground to dangle or out to the side. Nice job, breathe in. And now exhale, try to stack the hip, opening up the hip, that left hand coming to that block, and the right arm reaching for sky. Ardha Chandrasana. Bend that front knee as much as you need. Breathe in. And now let's exhale, bend that front leg, step the right foot back. And that right hand reaches to the back of the mat, the front arm reaches to the front of the mat. Here we are. Sink down into that Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale. Let's bring that right hand back. Left arm to sky, hover the hand, or let it grip like a Velcro. Extend through that front knee. Extend through the back foot. Left foot grounds, reaching up high. Breathe in. Exhale, hands come long again, reaching for edge to edge. Now inhale, arms come to the sky. Let's straighten that front leg. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. Sigh. Extend. Imagine that knee pulling forward, the fingers pulling back in opposite directions, that right foot grounds. Straighten that leg, bring the palms together. And then exhale, sigh. One more time. Straighten and then bring the palms together. Now pause at the top. Pivot that left foot towards the front edge with the hands reaching for sky still. Gaze up with the thumbs. Our feet face the same edge of the mat. Exhale, pivot that right foot towards the back of the mat. Bend that right knee. And then exhale, open up. Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Straighten that front leg. Palms come together above the head. And now exhale, straighten. But then this time, let's straighten that leg and sweep the arms down. So straighten that leg and arms go down. Bend the knee, arms go out. Sink into that bent knee, that bent leg. Palms come together, downward facing, and the leg straightens. Yeah. And open up the arms. And then bring the palms together, leg straightens. Nice. Now let's pivot that right foot towards the long edge. Let's bring those hands above the head. Let's interlace the hands. The fingers point up, so we're in Kali Mudra. The thumb and the index extend, the other hands or other fingers fold down. Let's pivot the feet towards the corners, coming into our goddess squat feet. And let's chop some wood. So we're gonna exhale, hinge at the waist. The arms reach above the head. Exhale down, inhale, rise. Keep those legs bent if you can. Exhale and hinge and chop. Keep the core pulled in. Just move up and down, hinging at the waist. Inhale to rise. We exhale down. A couple more times. Building some heat perhaps in the legs and the quads. Maybe in the stomach, probably in the stomach. Do 2 more times. After your last time, reach the fingertips to the sky. Yes, straighten the legs. Release the arms, let them float down to the side. Good. Now let's pivot the feet towards the front of the mat. So both feet face forward, that left leg is in front, maybe the right, whichever one. Let's come back into our Parsvottanasana feet. So the same stance that we started with. Straighten the legs. And then we'll inhale, bring the arms forward. And now bring that right arm back as if we had a bow, that left hand reaching forward, the right hand kind of at the shoulder, as if we were an archer, aiming for a target. So just inviting that happy cloud, why are we here? And see if that subtle body can shoot that arrow and hit the target. So let's exhale to twist, keep the hips forward, twist over to the left, aiming that bow, that arrow over to the left side. So inviting that into the space. Inhale, exhale, aiming towards the front again. Breathe in. And exhale, twist over towards the right. Keep those hips shining forward. We might not be super far right, just a little bit. Breathe in. And now exhale, bring everything back, shining straight. Let that front or that back hand reach for the front. Arms come up, and then we'll float them down, releasing that effort in the shoulder. Maybe shake out the hands, open and close the fingers. Yeah, shake it out. Exhale, bring the right foot forward, step the left foot back. And then bring the arms out in front. The left arm goes back, so the hand is maybe in line with that left shoulder. The right hand shines forward. Let's breathe in. Exhale to twist all the way over to the right. That's where we're headed. Letting the body feel its way. Letting that subtle body, mind, body, spirit connect. Exhale. Going through center, over to the left. Twisting the body. Twisting that back. Exhale, shine everything forward again. Let's release the hands down. Bend that front leg. Let's step forward. Maybe bring the hands to the earth. Find a standing split as the left foot reaches for sky. And then exhale, maybe bring that left knee behind the right knee. Just a little tap. And then reach that left leg back up for sky. Yes, now step the left foot to meet the right. Let's bend our knees and rise up to stand. Arms come out, up into the heart center, or maybe to the side of the body. Happy cloud. Why are we here? Ground the left foot. Let's bring our hands to our heart this time, and we're going to hinge forward as much as we can. Sending that right leg back, high, and we can't do it anymore. We can bring our hands to the floor. Maybe we don't need the hands on the floor. Maybe we do. Maybe they come to the ankle. Who knows? And then ground the hands, ground that right foot. Shake it out. Pedal out the knees. And let's rise back up. Any variation with the hands. They land wherever they land. And exhale. Let's pause. Close the eyes. Relax the ankles and the toes, the knees, the hips and the sits bones. Even though they're relaxed, there's still effort because we're standing. Another deep breath in. And then we'll exhale, gently roll down. Maybe you find a malasana on your way to a seated position. Maybe you come all the way down to a seat right away. Any movements we're going to meet in a seated position. In a seated position, exhale. Let's inhale. Exhale. Just finding natural breath, scanning the body. Noticing if there's any areas of tension. Any areas that feel really energized. Any areas that feel pretty darn good. Any areas that might be giving us a little hello. And let's send some prana to those areas of the body, that subtle energy, just with our awareness. Perhaps let's find our Ujjayi pranayama. The mouth closed. Inhale and exhale out the nose. It might be really noticeable sound. It might be really subtle. Let's drop into the body with our breath. On your next exhale, gently open the eyes if they're closed. Let's transition into this restorative portion where we really renew and let all that energy that we created and got moving during our more physical asana practice, let it just kind of settle. So get your blanket out, that blanket that you maybe want to put across the mat. This trick that we did last time that you really liked. So bring it across the mat so it's a nice extra little padding. Just that little security blanket, a little swaddle. So get your blanket down. And now let's find our blocks. Probably the highest setting, and then bring the bolster on top of those. And now hopefully you have another blanket. And with that other blanket, create a stack as high as you want to place under your shoulder blades to just elevate the heart just a little bit. So maybe you want to try it with just a couple folds in a blanket, and then the other part can be a little pillow for the head. Maybe you want to fold it so it's really thick. And maybe you don't know. And you can try it as you go. And I'm gonna have another blanket over top. So set up the folded blanket where you think your shoulder blades are gonna be. I need to bring mine much closer. I don't have a torso 3 feet long. So now just bring those little buns as close as you can. Calves rest on the bolster. And then, oh yeah, the blanket across the shoulder blades. And the head rests. And if this blanket doesn't feel good across the shoulder blades, you could either move it or you can place the fold along the spine. That's another really nice option. And if that doesn't work, put it under your low back or just don't use it at all. And then get covered up in your space. Settling down, winding in, and letting go. It's really beautiful how our practice this time of day just ushers in the evening. We start with dusk and daylight, and by the time that we're done, it's evening. So this really is such a beautiful transition from one part of our day to the next. Ayurvedically, that veil of consciousness is really thin right now. That veil between the physical level and the etheric level. It's a really beautiful way to tap into that higher consciousness, as better said. So maybe we breathe in, and then to ourselves we exhale the mantra Om. Om. And just do that over and over in this shape. Let those shoulders just rest in that blanket, that folded blanket, the shoulder blades on either side of the heart, like little sentinels to protect our heart. Those ribs that go from the back to the front to the back, protecting that precious cargo that is our lungs and our heart. The joy and unconditional compassion that resides in every fiber of our heart. As we elevate it ever so slightly on this blanket, let it elevate our consciousness. The mantra Om. Maybe you tilt the head back just slightly so the chin is towards that sky and opening up the throat, that throat chakra, turning on and bringing awareness to that inner listening. As that happy cloud of why are we here in this moment right now? Why did we decide to come to class tonight, to be here? Why do we decide ever? Let that happy cloud be in the space, the throat chakra, perhaps inner listening dialed in. Let's count some breaths down from 3. And 2. 1. Let the breath go. Gently roll over and let the knees tilt on that bolster and kind of lift the head and slide, lift the shoulders, slide that blanket out from underneath you. Let the back come flat on the ground. No blanket, and just feel that back flat on the floor. And now let's move the bolster. You know what? You can kind of just kick the whole like tower over to move the bolster out of the way, and then find a block. Grab a block, move the bolster tower out of the way. You can just bring the block towards you with the feet. Maybe if you want play a little gripper with the feet. And now with one of the blocks, let's find a supported bridge. So bring that block just below the sacrum. One of my teachers says the one edge of the block is right at the top of that little crack, that little line we have down there. And now from here, let's cover ourselves with that blanket. Maybe that blanket roll that we had underneath the shoulders, maybe we bring it and let a little roll. We can move the blanket, roll it up just a little bit, place it under the neck. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just give a little support underneath that neck. Rest the head. You can let the knees come towards one another. Feet are wide. Just needing whatever way you need. So this is as restorative as it can be. It's a little more active than what we're used to, but wanting to bring these hips up a little higher than normal. With our hips lifted, it brings some awareness to our second chakra. And it's said that our second chakra is where our samskaras like to hide. Samskara meaning a habit. We have good habits that serve our dharma and really elevate our consciousness. We have some habits that aren't as supportive, like watching Monday Night Football and eating cookie dough, but I don't know. It's just, I've heard some people do that. I wouldn't know. So with this awareness on our second chakra, again, it's like a happy cloud. Why are we here? You might find that we come to yoga for something that we aren't even aware of on a cognitive level. It could be that soul that just begs us to be here. If we took ourselves a little less seriously, we allowed room to learn and grow. If we didn't view some bad habits as a flaw or a mistake, but rather, oh, we can learn and grow. Have some gratitude for the journey that we've been on. Oh, one more breath. Exhale, sigh. Now inhale, we're going to bring those feet into a position that are going to be supportive to ground as we press the feet down, just enough to remove that block. And now bring the back to the ground with the entire low back on the floor. Before it was our shoulder blades that were lifted, and then we just lifted our hips. Tug our knees to our chest. Rock side to side and massage that low back. Now, whenever you're ready, binding Shavasana. So maybe you bring your bolster back into the game. Maybe you bring those legs long. Wherever you might find the best support. Just let go. Let the eyes fall back into the head. Let the cheeks relax. The throat relax. The chest, the stomach, the legs, the palms, the fingertips, the fingernails. And drop in to the sheet. The mind maybe wants to answer that question, that happy cloud of a question. Just say, it's all right. Don't need to think about that because the subtle body's got it going on. So maybe bring your awareness to the mantra Om. Just let go. Allow yourself to rest. Maybe you notice some colors behind the eyelids. You can bring your awareness to your third eye. And just sink into that third eye space. Just visualize a color flowing through your body. Let your right ankle rest. The right foot eases any tension and lets go. The right leg, the right arm, entire head, entire torso, and your pelvis relaxes. The left hand, left elbow, left shoulder relax. The palm of the left hand. Entire left leg. And your left foot. Relax. Relax. Visualize the breath entering the right nostril and exiting the left nostril. The breath flows in through the right nostril and out the left. In the right, out the left. In the right, out the left. And keep going with that visualization. The breath of life entering the right nostril and exiting out the left. And let go of your visualization and just rest. be the witness and see your body lying on the floor. Now you're welcome to stay here in Shavasana as the witness, or you're welcome to roll up to a seated position. There's no rush. Please stay in Shavasana if you feel like that's right for you. If you want to come to a seated position, just begin your Nadi Shodhana pranayama, raise any rounds as you'd like, and then close in a silent seat. Let's bring our hands to our heart space. And exhale. Inhale. Om Shanti. 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 Om.